Hi, everybody, and welcome to my Term 2, Week 3 wrap. First of all, great job last week. Everyone's doing a fantastic job, and we know this because A, the kids are improving, and B, they're rebooking for more lessons. So, congratulations to all of you, and thank you for your efforts. A couple of us have been ill, so we send our warm wishes and love out to those of us that aren't 100%. And we wish you well and hope you can get back on the court as soon as possible. We're all thinking of you and we're here for you. I also want to say that if you are unwell and cannot make work, it's your responsibility first to try to fill the position for your shift. And if you get stuck, you obviously need to let us know. If you have filled the shift, tell us who you filled it with and so on. If you are having trouble getting someone to fulfill that shift, let us know and we can help you do that. We will continue with our theme for the term of let them hit it, which is crucial. You've heard me explain how and why that's important, so continue that conversation with the kids during their lessons. That's for all our kids, but in particular the competition kids. You're doing a great job with that, and it also helps us as coaches to retell that story so we learn about it more as we go forwards. And I think that part of it's really important. For me, the kids that I've coached that have done the best, and I've said this a million times, are the kids that I spend most time talking to, because as humans, we're storytellers. And that means that we like to tell stories and we like to hear stories because we can integrate those stories into our lives and it gives us a vision for where we're going. And that's what we're trying to give the kids, is a love and a vision for themselves within tennis to carry forwards. And of course, probably why we all love coaching is that we know that doing that we can have a positive effect on the young people that we work with. So that's a really key thing. So we're storytellers. Let them hit it is the key point. And other conversation point that I want you to hit on this week is preparation, because the kids over the last week have all started playing competition again. Pennant started last weekend. This weekend just gone, all the junior comps started. And I've had a few stories, feedbacks coming back, and it's great to hear those. And with that feedback, the idea to focus on this week is preparation, how the kids can best prepare for their weekend matches. Now, part of that is our responsibility in the squad training and the private lessons and whatever the kids do, that we prepare them with the competition on the weekend in mind. And that's why competition is so important, because it gives the kids that focus during the week of what they're trying to get ready for. But interestingly, a lot of kids don't know how to prepare properly for the match to take the court in the best condition that they can. Now, with the Pennant players starting at 1 o'clock, when they eat and when they rest and when they get to the courts is really important. So for those older kids that are playing competition, and this is certainly relevant to all the younger kids as well, because they'll eventually do that, we need to talk to them about thinking about the match the day before, the morning before, eating at the right time, which for me is probably no later than 11 o'clock if you're playing at 1. Better to eat at 10 with a 3-hour gap in between to digest that food. And then prepare your bag with the water and drinks that you'll need, and also the snacks that you'll need to get through the day. In particular for Pennant, this is important because it's such a long day on the court. Singles and doubles, you could potentially be on the court for 3 or 4 hours. You're going to need to eat during that time. What kind of foods they should be eating, what kind of hydration they should be having, are really important conversation points for this week. For the kids that are playing juniors, starting 8 o'clock in the morning, obviously you're not going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to eat, but they don't want to be eating too heavy a breakfast in the morning. They want to eat a light breakfast, get some energy into the system an hour before they play, so at least 7 o'clock in the morning, and then obviously have some good snacks to keep them going through the morning, because kids at that age, they burn up energy so quickly, so they've got to keep the fuel and the hydration going in. In terms of preparation also, we can talk about, as I said, the training week and also getting to the courts and warming up in a similar fashion to what we do at squad. That's why we do it. We run laps, we do footwork, we do or skipping or something like this to get the body really going and warmed up before they take the court. It'll put them in the best position to do well, in particular early in the morning. So that pre-match stuff, sleeping well the night before is very important. The squad program I'll put out tomorrow morning. I want to sleep on that and think about it a little bit. But I really, now that kids are in a competition phase, I really want to get the kids competing more during the squad. So I want to leave a larger section of time for the kids to compete. And because we're restricted to 5 courts, we're going to focus obviously on the doubles, which is another conversation and focus point for the week, because doubles is so crucial in so many ways. I used the story of Sam Stosur being #1 in the world in doubles and experiencing Grand Slam success in doubles before she did in singles. That did a couple of things, obviously. Got her used to being on the court at that end of the tournament, used to the pressure of serving in Grand Slam final situations or final situations, and also helped her develop the serve, the return, so crucial in doubles and obviously in singles as well. And of course, the transitional and net game that she uses on the court in singles. So for our kids, that's equally important to develop those parts of their games that will help their singles. So I think in the squad we'll do a lot more work on doubles. I think that we're going to introduce serve and volley this week a little more. We've done slice and approach over the last couple of weeks. So we'll change that or expand that to include the serve and volley and see if the kids can explore that a little bit at this age. They won't do particularly well in the beginning with it when they're shorter in stature and not so fast, but if they start practicing the movements that are required, serve, roll into the court, split step, step to the volley, those sorts of things, if they establish those movement patterns early, they'll obviously be able to do it with more success later on as they grow and evolve in the game. So I think that's it for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed our little chat. It's a monologue really, but anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope these videos are hitting home, keep you motivated for the week ahead. I'm super excited to see how the kids go this winter. I've been playing a bit more myself. That always helps me be motivated to coach, because every time that I play, I remember things that I should be passing on to the kids. Obviously, that's a little bit why we're talking about preparation for matches this week, because I actually got that right, and it's an important thing to get right. It's easy for an old head or like us to know those things, experienced coaches and players. We need to pass that knowledge on to the kids too. So everyone have a great Sunday night. Thanks again for all your efforts. I'm trying not to say so much, but I keep saying Kylie's whacking me on the leg every time I say it. Each week, I hope I say less ums. Good night. Talk soon. Bye.